Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham interface? But bro, where's the banjo?
What is going on, everybody? I am that fat guy, Jared Fatty Bates, and I have all the cohorts here with me today, and I cannot wait to bring them on. First off, let's get my co-host, Big Bry.
Hey, man.
And Toby, he asked for it, and here it is.
Here it is.
In Fat Boy Studio. My cousin Vinny's back.
Yes, I am.
So,
good morning, everybody.
We are back live at 6 p.m. here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Come check us out. We are brought to you by Lake Erie APA and Herald and the APA. I want to thank everybody that showed up to the office last week before we get to our shout outs. What a great time of great pizza. Oh my God, was it good?
Excellent pizza, yeah.
And also, we have some announcements that will be made, not this show, but here in a little bit about some upcoming surprises that we're about to have. We are playing another live show here in December, and we will be having our year-anniversary, Brian, in January. So,
okay.
it'll be the first time we ever did live out and about. So we have that all booked up, ready to go. Other than that, I think, there's Paulie. You bring them in. You just start clicking them in, Vinny. Paulie, they're all excited you're back. I told you.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
So let's get into the rundown. I'm going to give the rundown, Vinny, because you just walked in.
Go ahead.
So today we are going to get into our shout-outs here a little bit. We are going to get into the trivia, which is my turn for trivia. We're going to hit a little bit of Cleveland news. We're going to get the Browns' so-called win against the Detroit Lions.
Oh, my God.
We are going to hit for Fat Boy Tuesday is Thanksgiving. We were supposed to have a special guest, but that timing did not work out, so we'll figure that out later. Jarvis can't make it tonight. And also our top 3 things we are thankful for. We haven't done anything like that. I wanted to, little peek behind the curtain also. And I still got to work out a time with Big Bry. Bry, the games this weekend.
I know.
All right. Are we doing a special show or what's going on here?
We can maybe whip something together Saturday morning, kind of a legal hand to the face college game day mashup, maybe.
That'll work for me. So stay tuned for that. We will have a pregame of the game on probably Saturday morning. We'll let you know. We'll put out the time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube so everybody can stay tuned for that. Let me and Brian do our little malice back and forth at each other. Other than that, let's get into our show, guys. I've missed all 3 of you. It was a great time at the office. So let's get our shout outs. First off, we got to shout out the office. Absolutely. What a great little place that was.
Oh, yeah. And
the pizza. Oh, my God, Brian, the pizza.
I told you.
Unreal. Slice of bun pizza. If you've never had it, go get it.
Absolutely.
Especially that honeybee.
Yeah,
oh,
that was my favorite.
Changed my life. I even messaged the owner. I was like, that changed my life. That pizza right there changed my life. There was no sauce. It was all honey, ham, bacon, and sharp cheddar cheese. How can you not go wrong with that?
Salivate.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Good.
Also, we had a buffalo chicken. We had the Jimmy Hoffa. And then we had the death by pepperoni.
Yes.
Which
And
had
also-
bacon on it, right?
No,
not
it was
mistaken.
no,
It
it
was
had the
just
little baby
pepperoni.
pepperonis.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it had bacon on it.
No, it had the little baby pepperonis, man. It had the little devil pepperonis.
Yeah.
Also, everybody that was there, it was such a great time with everybody. We had such a blast there. The bar was packed where we went live. People were chanting, "Here we go, brownies!" It was great. It was, and Vinny was back. So there's another bonus.
Very true.
So that's pretty much the only shout out I got. I mean, Brad, you got any other shout outs?
Yeah, I'll be quick again. Let me shout out my wife first for letting me do this because I got some family coming into town who's going to be staying with us this weekend, and she's busy cleaning away, so I could step out and do this real quick. And so let me shout her out for all she does. Let me also shout out, I had my first of 4 Thanksgiving dinners this past Saturday. Let me shout out our friends, the Labuglios, for having us over. We did it right. It was, man, the best turkey I think I've ever had. He smokes 2 separate turkeys, one with like a sweet and spicy rub and one with some Italian seasonings. And it's just so moist. I mean, I don't think he goes crazy with it, but it takes like 5-6 hours for him to smoke it. So we went over there on Saturday and had a good time. So let me shout them out for having us over. And my final shout out, you kind of were hinting at it with the big game coming up this weekend. Let me shout out my Michigan friends. I don't have many, but there are a few. I'll shout out our buddy Pat. I'll shout out my buddy Zima. I'll shout out my buddy BJ and my cousin, who I just found out is coming to Thanksgiving from Oklahoma this year and staying with us tomorrow night, my cousin Hunter.
Oh, that's awesome. By the way, Pat doesn't count. Pat's Canadian.
Well, hey, I'm with you there on the Canadian, but on Saturdays, he's American.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, guess what? The only blood that comes out of this body is scarlet. All right, let's go to Vinny. Vinny, you got any shout outs, bud? I mean, I know we put you on point last week. I mean, I guess there is one huge shout out. Paulie is happy to see.
Paulie, yeah,
is Mr. Vinny back.
Huge
So
shout out to Paulie. Absolutely. I don't get to talk to him actually nearly as much as I'd like to. So I definitely got to start texting him a little bit more here and there. Shout out to Thanksgiving, really.
I know.
We got
family time.
I know we're gonna have a huge show about it and stuff like that already with everything going on. But
act like it's your first time into the microphone. You got to speak into the microphone.
I think everybody here is
off for a little bit. Yeah,
I know it's been a while for him.
Wow. All right.
All right. Well, let's get into the show. Let's go. What is it? Trivia time?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. And our trivia is brought to you by Papa V and CurbAppeal419.com. Get a hold of Papa V, even though he's not part of the Gauntlet League anymore. But, Bri, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, let's hear it.
The game is coming up.
Okay.
I want you to name me the head coach that got the Ohio State University their first ever national championship.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll try to talk something, sure.
All right. So, because it's even the game, we had to do this, and it should be an easy one, I would think, for you, being the fan that you are.
Well, I'm not an Ohio State fan.
No, but you're a fan.
Okay.
All right.
I'll come up with something.
All right. So we got to also get into my cousin Vinny's word of the day. So, Vinny, if you want to bring up your little picture, do you know where it's at?
My little picture?
Yeah, you got a little
That thing
picture, but I got
covers the whole
hold
screen.
on. Yeah, I got to play the jazz for Vinny. He's over here just bouncing around like, oh,
love it. I'm
yeah.
like, all right.
There it is. So, first off, before we start this,
Yes.
volume up,
Yes.
unmute.
Unmute.
What is
It is.
my cousin Vinny's word of the day?
Here it is.
Royster.
Royster.
It sounded like oyster. That's a shellfish that I'd love to eat.
No, not
Royster.
oyster. Royster. Roister. It's a verb. In case that helps you.
Is it something that happens in your pants?
You know what?
Yeah.
All right, I got it now.
All right. So, Damon's on here. Thank you, Mr. 1000.
Woo!
Also, I do have to acknowledge Justin is here with us. Turkey Day is his favorite day.
Oh, yeah.
And he also mentioned something on here that I'm laughing at, but I cannot pull up right now because my mom is watching this one. So, Justin, yes, I love it too for Thanksgiving, but we cannot put that on here right now.
Oh.
So, Brian, you'll have to go back and take a look at it.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's see here. What do we got? We got the Gauntlet League.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. All right, so let's get into our Gauntlet League. All right, because the fat man took out another one this week. Little Tubby is gone. Chopped him off at the kneecaps. So,
Wasn't that close, was it?
no, it was not that close because of New England Patriots defense giving me 27 points. And I don't have my notes in front of me because I'm still unpacking from our office trip. But so Little Tubby's gone. Harold, Justin, Big Man, Papa V, Big Boy Phillips,
Me.
and Vinny, right? So there's
No.
7 gone. Right?
So halfway.
And
Right? Don't we have 14?
guess who's up next on the chopper block, Bri? Miss Lauren is now on the chopping block. She was hoping that Tom Brady would just, screw the pooch and Big Brian be down facing me. But nope, Miss Lauren is down facing me this week for the gauntlet. So we have that going on. And also, we got to get into some Cleveland news, Brian, before we start the Browns talk.
Okay.
First off, the team name has changed. They are now the Cleveland Guardians. They announced it. The garb is out. You can go get it wherever you want to. So from here on out on this show, they will be the Guardians. Okay. Also,
Cool.
Other Cleveland news. Turkey Day is coming around the corner. They had their huge turkey drive. Jarvis had his Turkey Day. They did the town hall today where they gave out Feed the Hungry, everything else. If you can help out any food pantry or help out anybody for Thanksgiving, please do it. It's nobody should go hungry, and we still have a lot of people in this world that are going hungry. And obviously, we're not because we're fat or it's a glandular problem or something. But if you have a chance to help out somebody, please help out somebody. We've donated to the Cleveland Food Bank here. We also have donated a Thanksgiving dinner to a family in need. So if you have a chance to do it. And then finally, Brian, your Cleveland Cavaliers. Man, they're looking good, bud. I have my doubts, but Jared Allen, Darius Garland, man, they are looking good. There he is. Oh, Justin Masters, Nolan. Oh, boy. Who are they guarding? Pocketbook. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Kevin's chiming in now. Who is our Cavs our Cavs lover. Are we going to put it that way? Our Cavs correspondent. There it is.
Right, there you go. Yeah, he's
Sure.
the unofficial Cavs correspondent of the Legal
Yeah.
Hand of the Face.
We will get him on to talk some Cavs with us because him and I tried to, but I was on his show and we had to go through a horrible loss to the Patriots, and I just had to see what was going to happen there. So on that note, though, we named the show after it. It's not pretty, but it works. We beat the Detroit Lions 13-10, Bri.
Oh my god.
It was not pretty. It was messy. It was everything else.
At least we didn't tie him.
That is true. At least we're not Pittsburgh.
Right.
It was something, Bri. It was definitely something. It was something special. I want to get your thoughts on the game, bud, because I mean everybody's got their own personal thoughts. I mean, we have been hearing a train wreck of a lot of things for like the past 3 days on any kind of media here in Cleveland. And it's been, I mean, I've had to shut it off sometimes because it's just been like, you realize we did win. I know it wasn't pretty, but we did win, but it feels like a loss here in Cleveland. So how do you feel?
Yeah. This was the whole weekend, even Friday leading up to it. It was just a weird feeling for me because I know the Browns were 5-5 heading into this game, and it was a game that they most likely were going to win. But I had a hard time getting excited for it just because we were going against a team that hadn't won yet this year. We were going against their backup. So for me, it almost seemed like maybe almost kind of a lose-lose situation because, like, unless we won 41-3, I don't know if I was going to be happy about it because it's like, well, they should, score at least 30 points on the Detroit Lions. They should only give up, 3 or 6 points to a guy named Tim Boyle. And so I was kind of psyching myself up to be let down because I knew we weren't going to crush them like that. And as reality would have it, it wasn't bad. The first half looked about what I expected, and had they continued that into the second half, I think we'd all be feeling pretty good about this past week and saying, well, the Browns did what they did. It wasn't flashy, but, they got the job done. They did what we all expected them to do. But, man, that second half, that was scary. And, right before Baker's second interception, I think we were up 13-7. I turned to one of my friends and I was like, all right, we still got this. Just the one thing you can't do, you can't turn the ball over here. And he threw it off one guy's hands. He should have caught it. And then another guy caught the tip. And so I got worried. I had to once the game was over, I took several deep breaths to try to remind myself, like, okay, we got the win. We're 6-5. That's the best case scenario after today. But man, looking back on it, you certainly don't feel like you got the win because you feel like you were playing a JV squad and you kind of eked one out there.
Yeah, I truly get. Now, Vinny, you did watch the game, correct?
I did end up watching the game.
Oh, I cannot wait for that. So, Vinny, how did you feel about this game?
I was worried after the first quarter, and it was still, it was still 0-0, and I'm going, oh, what the heck is going on? How have we not scored or anything? I'm going, oh, so worried. And shortly after then, in the second quarter, we did end up getting the first touchdown. So I was okay with that at that point, but I'm going, we should be doing so much better. I mean, I was kind of thankful that they were giving the ball to Chubb, letting him run it. And it pretty much was a running game.
Yes.
That was, really doing a lot of the work, I felt. And it was whoever was going to run the most yards was going to end up winning that game. And it was tight. It was close.
Yeah. The thing that got me, and, Bri, I was kind of like Vinny when it's 0-0 after the first quarter. And it was like, oh, what the hell is going on? What kind of crap show are we getting into? And I started adding in the weather and everything else. And I think it was 17-10 is what I predicted the score to be. So I was close on what I predicted.
Sure.
But, it was one of those games that I still think the offense wasn't there. You have Chubb coming back, and Chubb, gotta love Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a different person than anybody else in the NFL. When you watch him run, it's different. When you watch him catch a pass, it's different. It's not like normal running backs in the NFL. It really isn't. And to watch him do what he did, like when I knew we were going to win, was the first run I saw Chubb take, and I think it was one of the linebackers trying to come up and lay a really good hit on him, and Chubb just lowered his shoulder and his helmet and laid that linebacker out and got the first down. I'm like, we're in charge. Right now, I know we're in charge because Nick is ready to play. He got his first hit, he got his bell rung, and he's ready to go.
Yep.
He's pissed off now. And he ended up being pissed off the entire game because he had, like 186 total yards or something like that. He had a couple of screen passes. Everything else, all you got to do. We still have to figure out what the hell's going on with the passing game. But the one thing I do have to say, though, our only touchdowns were passing. So you can't really bitch that much because when they got in the red zone, they scored.
Well, no, Jarvis ran one in.
Well, yeah, I forgot about Jarvis.
And the other one, yeah, right. The other one was like, I don't know. Maybe I sound like a hater, but it was kind of a glorified handoff. It was just a play action little pitch to Chubb there.
That's fine. You can be a hater. You're from Michigan. That's what happens. But
it's fine.
you're used to it. I mean, like soup cans getting thrown at you during the game. It's just it was a weird game. It was a weird game all around. Nobody was. I think the weirdest part of it is this game was in hand, and then there was one fluke play the entire game, and that was the touchdown run, where JOK got fooled, Grant Delpit got fooled, and
John Johnson blew a tackle.
And blew it, and it was a 60-yard touchdown run. If it wasn't for that, it would have been 13-3. Plus, you got to factor in we had a missed field goal and Hurricane wins. Yep. I felt bad because I saw that one first kick of the extra point. I'm like, oh wow, he just line drive that thing in. He is not feeling comfortable right now kicking. But I mean, it went that way. It was just a weird game, right? But you know something? They had to do what they had to do, and guess what? They won. All right. Yeah. Guess what? On to the next game. You got to win. You got to win now. You cannot do this. I don't care if you win by 3, 1, 35. I don't care how you look. Right now, we think this team is a playoff team. Well, guess what, boys? You got to win. You got to win out.
That's right.
Or at least come close to winning out to make the playoffs and cause chaos. And the thing is we'll get into it here in a second, Bri. These next two games, the game by game, will tell you where you're at. Because if you lose these two, you might as well ship it in because there's no way you're going to catch it, no way you're going to playoffs. These two games are going to determine whether you're going to the playoffs or not. These two right here.
Yeah. It's I understand saying a win's a win. I don't understand as a Browns fan how you could watch these past two games that we've played and feel encouraged. People want to say, well, Baltimore only beat Detroit on a last-second Hail Mary field goal. Pittsburgh tied Detroit. Well, there's different circumstances than what we had on Sunday. Jared Goff played in both those games. Pittsburgh was without their starting quarterback, and they tied them. So I was expecting to see more, and I kind of set myself up to be disappointed, and I was. And I don't know. The Ravens don't look great, so I'm not going to say that they don't have a chance on Sunday because I think they certainly do. But I don't know how you can be encouraged going into this game and the following week's game. And I don't know why Kevin Stefanski, why the front office decided to put Baker back out there. Certainly we think that Case Keenum is perfectly capable of beating the worst team in the league. And it kind of dawned on me, I think they must not have any confidence at all in Case Keenum, because if Case Keenum can't beat the Detroit Lions with a backup quarterback, then who do you feel comfortable putting Case Keenum in there to beat? So they must see Keenum in practice, and maybe he looks terrible. I don't know. I'm not there, but For them to keep shuttling Baker in and out of there when he's playing this bad and not even consider making a change, to me, it doesn't make sense. I see teams, NFL teams, good NFL teams every single week throw their backup out there, trust their backup, and their backup gets them a win. Colt McCoy, Cooper Rush, Trevor Siemian. There's plenty of backups that go out there and play teams that are twice the team of the Detroit Lions, and they come out with a win. So why it would have been so nice to give Baker 2 weeks off, play the Ravens, give him 2 more weeks off, and play the exact same team, and hopefully he gets some momentum that way. But for them to throw him out there, I don't know if it's a Baker thing. I don't know if it's a Stefanski thing. I don't know why he went out there, but it just didn't seem like a very smart move to me, to be honest. And this is now 2 games in a row that Baker has looked pretty piss poor. And, if we're not playing the worst team in the league with their backup quarterback, I don't know if we win that game, and we're singing a whole different tune.
No, I can't even read his name right now. Can you read running
bald man?
Running bald man. I think it's Justin. All right, so I'm pretty sure it's Justin because I think so, but I guess not. Probably not. But the season hasn't played out the way we thought it would. And you and I have talked. We got in an argument at the office about Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to do it today because
that was fine.
It's not. Yeah, it is Justin. Thanks, Justin. All right, so I'm not going to get an argument about. I understand this should be a coach's decision, but it's also one of those things that it's hard for me to justify because he's wanting to play. He's not going to come out because he's hurt, because everybody else plays hurt. He's trying to at least show his guys, his team, that he is in charge of that team. And no matter what happens, whether he be in a wheelchair or not, he's going to try to play for these guys. He's going to do whatever he can to play for these guys. And it's almost like he's trying to get them to run with him right now because he knows he's hurt. He knows he's playing really hurt. And he's trying to get the team galvanized and kind of like charge with him on that. And it just seems like it's fallen short. I don't know if it's because of the coaching of trying to protect him and not get him hit and killed. I mean, I see the same thing you do, Bri. I feel like he shouldn't be out there right now. I think he should have taken, especially after this game right here and watching what I saw at 13-10, I think he should take the next 2 weeks off and then come back for the second Baltimore game. But right. It is what it is. But right now, the shoulder's never going to get better. The shoulder is hurt, and it's never going to get better. Everything else right now is, Nick, it's bumps and bruises that you get throughout. J.C. Treader plays through this stuff all the time. Granted, he's an offensive lineman. Right. He's trying to set a tone for this team to say, no, the backup's not coming in. I am your guys' quarterback. I
understand. I understand that mentality for sure. It's hard to have that self-awareness, but Baker also said, if I'm hurting the team, I'm not going to play. And I don't know how you watch these last 2 games and say he's not hurting the team. His QBR this past week was 8, which an average quarterback puts up a 50 QBR. So the fact that he was that much further down from an average quarterback, I mean, I'm not saying it's easy for him to just put himself on the bench. I don't even know if it's his responsibility to do that. Well, but man, it's hard to watch, and it seems like drama's bubbling up. If you watch that press conference, I don't know if you plan on getting into it, or his Zoom call yesterday. He's frustrated. The fans are frustrated. The fans are booing, maybe not necessarily him. They're booing the offensive production, and none of which falls on the shoulders of Nick Chubb, it falls on everyone else in the offense, whether it be the offensive line,
you can't
receivers.
blame the offensive line on that one. What they're
No,
doing,
I wouldn't, but some people might.
yeah, I understand, and everybody keeps showing the all 22 or the Pro Football Focus and everything else that wide receivers are just running wide open and blah blah blah. Well, as a quarterback, you have your certain reads that you're supposed to look at first. Those are supposed to be the first guys that are open, and you look at those first before you transition out of it. So Baker's got 1 to 2, maybe 3 reads right out of the gate that he can see. So if a guy's streaking at the end downfield, he's might not be supposed to be looking that way. And I'm not making excuses, but also you got to factor in right now that Stefanski's got to do something with this offense to make everything comfortable. If Baker's not comfortable being under center because he doesn't want to get hit, put him in the shotgun. You look at all these offenses that have adapted to their quarterback, Kyler Murray. You've had Justin Fields with Nagy, even though Nagy got him killed the other day. But you have all these people that have adjusted their offense to their quarterback. I don't know what's going on with Stefanski and not adjusting and getting Baker at least a little bit more time in the shotgun. Yes, I understand they're still going to peel the edge. I understand it's the NFL. But Chubb can run from a shotgun. So can Kareem Hunt. They've done it before. If you're worried about the run game, you don't need to because they've done it before. So I don't know if they need to get him backed up into shotgun to get him a little bit more view of the field instead of under center. So he's not looking into that defensive tackle range and he gets a little bit more sight. Or, as Baker said, he played like shit. Maybe this is a wake-up call to Baker going, my body's finally hurt and I need to do something. I need to stop being afraid to throw passes. Because I still think he is afraid to throw an interception because he did 2 of them. And one of them was tipped. But you look at some of the other throws, he's throwing at people's feet. The one throw to Jarvis, it was like 10 yards over his head.
Yeah, it was.
Like, you're sitting there watching some of these throws, and it's like, dude, this is not the Baker Mayfield I've seen. No. Like, I don't understand. Because we've seen the Baker Mayfield throw it in tight windows and throw it accurately in tight windows. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, there's something off, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's physical. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's his wife, offensive line, anything else. I don't know what it is, but it's got to get fixed for this team to make the playoffs, because if it doesn't, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that throw, that pick that he threw to Jarvis that went 5 feet over his head, that was alarming. That was a pretty wide open receiver, nobody near him, and he couldn't connect. And like you said, we don't know if it's mental, we don't know if it's physical, but fact of the matter is, I don't really care if it's mental, if it's physical, whatever it is. The truth is, he just can't make the throws right now. And we hope he can change it in a week. Maybe he can. I don't know. But, man, if I'm Stefanski, you have to have a plan in place. If Baker looks like that again, you have to have a plan to get him out of there, because you can't go through an entire game. You're not playing the Detroit Lions. All signs point to Lamar Jackson being back again this week. So you can't afford to fall down behind by 2 touchdowns. You have to get up there. You have to put up points. You have to stay consistent with your offense. And I don't know. For me, I'm a little worried about what the dynamic is in the locker room, because since this OBJ trade, all the fans think that he was 100% the problem. But in that locker room, OBJ had a lot of supporters. And are those same supporters now revolting against Baker? They look at Baker, they see the same things we see. These wide receivers are open. My quarterback can't get me the ball. So how are they? They're probably more frustrated than we are. They're saying, I'm doing my job. We just don't have a quarterback good enough to get me the ball. So I guarantee there's guys in that locker room that are upset about it. And then on top of that, you throw in the drama involving him leaving early on Sunday, not addressing the media, then him addressing the media on Monday. And I listened kind of closely to it, and on 3 separate occasions, I think he called out the media saying, I don't have to justify anything to you guys. He called out the organization saying, this organization hasn't won in a really long time. And he called out the fans. And then on top of that, his wife called out his teammates on Instagram. So to me, winning cures everything. But if we drop this game and we have to sit around and chew on it for 2 weeks, it could get really bad for the Browns in that locker room. And I don't want to see it, but I'm hopeful that we can fix it. It's just, I don't want to think about how bad it could be.
So I don't want to think about it either. Kevin, our boy from the Voice of the Land podcast, Baker's paid horribly, and there's no excuse. There really isn't. But they're not even running tempo, and he even brings it up. I just wanted to see him run tempo, try to get a rhythm going, because right now we're just a predictable offense, which we truly are.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin, I love you, brother. You can blame Progressive all you want to. Every commercial that Baker does is in the off season. It is not during the season. So when he's on doing vacations, everything else, these are when those are being shot. So you can blame Progressive all you want to. It's not a bad curse. And by the way, I still giggle at some of those because those commercials are the best. I can't help it. Especially the one with Doug Deacon. I love the one with Doug Deacon. He goes, Baker's here. Baker's getting another cup of coffee. You got to stop it. It's not Sunday.
I think I'm the opposite of most people, because those commercials kind of make me like Baker even more. They let me see the human side of him, the funny side of him, and I'm like, all right, maybe he's not a bad guy. But then he comes back and he throws a pick or something. I get pissed off at him again.
And the other thing is, Bri, and something, as a head of the franchise, which he is right now, he is the quarterback of the franchise. I understand you got to come out, you got to talk to the media, you got to put on your game face, you got to do all that stuff on Sunday. He knew he played so horribly on Sunday. Okay, I can almost. It's almost like one of us having a bad day, and you have the one person that no matter what happens, you're going into work, they're going to be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And you just don't want to hear it that day. He came out, he didn't have to address the media on Monday. He did. He should have done it Sunday, but at some point in time, when you're having a horrible day, and I'm not making excuses for that, because you're supposed to greet the media, there's ways around it. There's ways to talk about it. We both know that. You can just one-line them the entire time, and that's fine. But if you are not in the right place coming off of that field, and you got to go up and you're going to give people clipboard stuff throughout the week, now, granted, you should push that out of your head, but they're still going to talk about it. And it's not just his wife, it's family, it's friends, it's colleagues, it's everybody else going, man, you hear what they're saying about you? Like if I came home from work and going, oh, man, honey, Bri said this about you. What? Like, it's just one of those things, like, you still hear the noise. No matter what happens, you can't shut the noise off until the off season. And he's going to hear the noise, but he's got to learn how to block that out. We started to see a little bit of immature Baker come back with this press conference, and it scares me because that immature Baker gave us 2019 also. And I'm kind of scared that the locker room, like you said, is lost because of it.
Yeah, I don't even kill him for I understand what you're saying about him taking off, having a bad day, not wanting to face the media. So I don't kill him for that. I'm not a part of the media, so I don't really care that he wasn't there. I understand him wanting to gather his thoughts and maybe running a little hot. I think he was hurt. He'll tell you that he wasn't, but he was hurt by those boos. He probably took it personally to himself. So he just wanted to get out of there and not say anything stupid. So exactly. I understand that. But
because you don't want to lose, first off, you don't want to lose the fan base, and you also don't want to lose the team. Because if you go up in front of that camera and you say something stupid, you can lose the entire team. And especially when this team is going like this right now, because we're on a wave.
Absolutely.
Well, but then it kind of occurred to me that there's kind of a double standard, or maybe not a double standard. Maybe there's more heat than I'm acknowledging, but didn't everybody get up in arms when OBJ's dad called out Baker? And now we have Baker's wife calling out his teammates, and everyone's just kind of like, oh yeah, she kind of does that. We got rid of OBJ as a result of his dad calling out Baker. What's the pushback for Emily Mayfield calling out, basically reposting something that called Baker's teammates soft? So
you also,
where does that land?
I get you, bud, but also you got to factor in that during the game, if anybody claims her name, she retweets it. She doesn't read it. She does like 500 of them.
Sounds like an excuse. You're in the public eye. You should know better than that. I don't believe that she's that dumb that she just reposts 500 things like she said.
Okay.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
All right.
And it's probably out of frustration, because in all reality, I don't know how you could watch his performance on Sunday and think that he played well. So she's probably frustrated that he's not playing well and people are piling on. So I understand it, but at a certain point, put your phone down. You're gonna light yourself on fire, and she kind of did that.
All right. So all right, Justin. That was probably the most horrible thing to happen to Tim Couch in Cleveland. He got hurt. It was walking off the field and they booed him. All right. It'd be a different story.
They cheered him for getting hurt.
Yeah, they cheered him for getting hurt. So, yes, I would cry at that point in time, too, because guess what? That guy, to come in and play what he did, if Tim Couch, and I still think this, if he went to any other organization besides the Browns, I think he'd be all right. I think he would have been not a Hall of Famer, but he would have been a really decent quarterback in the NFL. But because he went behind a crappy offensive line and an expansion team, he got destroyed. And not a little bit destroyed. He got hurt so bad that he couldn't even lift his arm half the time. So I'm not going to that one. I'm not touching. And
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy to boo. But I'm not crucifying the people that do boo. I'm not going to boo. I'll boo the other team, but I'm not going to boo our own team. I'll just be frustrated and, kicking and screaming to myself. But yeah, if you want to boo, whatever. I still support Baker. Baker's still our best chance to win this year, as long as he's healthy. We'll have 9 months of conversation on where the Browns need to go in quarterback in the offseason. But for right now, Baker's your best chance. You're not getting a golden knight walking through that door that's going to lead you to 6 straight wins. So hopefully he can turn it around, get some confidence. We know that's kind of a huge part of his game, is just regaining confidence. And I think if he can regain his confidence, we won't be hearing so much about his injuries. Like, he had all the confidence in the world in the Cincinnati game. And he played well. So we need to go back to the basics, go back to what we did last year, get Baker some easy throws, get him feeling himself a little bit. And, we can do it. We can beat these teams. These teams that are coming up, they're not unbeatable. But it's not going to be easy for anyone's from here on out.
Look at the NFL. I mean, you had the Bills go down to Houston, right? Or no,
Indy.
Houston beat oh boy, Jose came in.
Oh yeah.
Jose chimed in. But
Bears blew it, by the way, Jose. We could have used that.
Yeah, 85 Bears. Bears.
Yeah, that would have helped us if they beat the Ravens.
Justin came back and goes, how many quarterbacks would we have that would have been good if they would have had a good offensive line?
Tim Couch, Brady Quinn.
Shut your face. Shut your face,
yeah.
Brady Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
You were just so happy they drafted Brady Quinn. I don't want to hear that.
I was pretty pumped.
I know you were. Like, I was pumped about certain other draft picks that didn't pan out.
Brian Rubisky.
I know. It's all right. All right. So let's get into
Garrett Wilson.
You want to get into our ham and illegal ham of the week? What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
You want ham or illegal ham?
I'll keep it positive. I'll go Ham, and I'll take the easy one, and that's Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was the reason we won this game. And here's one thing we haven't talked at all about, and that's the defense. And the defense they're not playing great. It doesn't always look pretty, but you played Tim Boyle, and basically you gave up 7 points because Baker handed them the ball almost in the red zone. So they're going to get at least a field goal off of that. So you held them to a field goal there. The 7 points that Detroit got was on one play, one blown play, couple bad tackles. And so, yeah, give the defense a ton of credit. But since I can't pick a whole unit, I'll pick Nick Chubb. And it's hard to admit, but I think if the Browns don't have Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett at this point, I think they're an average team because those guys are so dominant on each side of the ball, and nobody wants to hear it. The other thing that's special about the Browns is the offensive line, but Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Myles Garrett, I mean, that's how we go. That's what makes this engine run. And we need them to perform week in and week out, and thankfully Nick Chubb showed up. So after having COVID, it's not as easy as you might think it is, but hats off to you.
All right, my illegal ham of the week goes out to 2 people. I know JOK is coming back off an injury, so I'll give him a little bit of slack, but he's one of them. But Grant Delpit, I haven't heard shit from you, and I don't know how long. You missed the tackle along with John Johnson that gave up the touchdown. Where is this playmaker at that we got that's in our safety room? And I haven't heard from him in like 4 weeks? It feels like. Like, is he even playing? I've heard Ward. I've heard Greedy. I've heard Greg Newsome. I've heard John Johnson make some plays. Troy Hill, little baby Garrett. Like, I've heard everybody else make plays except for that. And also, Clowney. Where the hell are you at? Like, I haven't heard Clowney's name in 2 weeks. 2 weeks I haven't heard Clowney's name. And you know something I saw out of this game? Is they realize that Garrett's going to do what Garrett does, and they're trying to pull a tight end or a running back out right behind him and hit him in the flat because they know he's going to overrush, and they're trying to eat him up alive that way by catching him on the backside. So that is my illegal ham of the game. I just where's Grant Delpit? That's the only thing I want to know. Where is he?
Yeah, and I don't want to make an excuse for the defense or anything, but they're still very young. Grant Delpit's basically a rookie. But you're right. We need to see more production out of him. I'm not excusing him at all. Ronnie Harrison again continues to make boneheaded plays, and I don't know if he's long for this Cleveland Browns team, but yeah, our safeties are kind of what our defense is built around, other than our front four, and to this point, I'd say that they've underperformed. So we need to see more.
All right, we are playing the Ravens this week, Bri.
Yeah.
And I want to get your keys of the game against the Ravens because right now Lamar Jackson is coming back off of a okay, you're good. Off of a sickness. And he didn't play last week, so they're pretty much saving him for this game because they want to make a statement.
Sure. They got 3 games in a row.
How do you feel about this game? But you got to think for them though. They're looking at them. They got us, Steelers, and then us again. So they got 3 divisional games back to back, and this can break their season too. And they've been lucky as shit the entire time, and we both hate the Ravens. So.
I was watching that game. It was tough to watch against the Bears. The Bears hit that deep play, and I was going nuts with like 2 minutes left, and then they let a backup quarterback march down the field on them, and that pass to Sammy Watkins down to like the 3-yard line. He was wide open. And how do they get so damn lucky? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. But
thankfully, the Steelers' luck is running out. I'm telling you that right now because they would have won that game Sunday night if they still had the luck they've had in years past, but it's running out.
That boy. There's the Steelers hate up love. All right. So what do you think they got to do to beat the Ravens this week?
I mean, it's simple. We all know it. It's contain Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is how that team runs. And, you hope Justin Tucker's not pulling 60-yard field goals out of his butt. And you contain Lamar Jackson. Their running game, although Dante Freeman is making his way back and making an impact, he's still nothing special. They have good, young, fast wide receivers that you're going to have to account for. But Mark Andrews, that's the one guy that kind of scares me because the Browns have sucked against tight ends for as long as I can remember, and he's killed the Browns in the past. So you got to contain him because he's the safety blanket for Lamar Jackson. If he can't scramble, he's going to look to pass it to him. So you contain the scrambling, you contain Mark Andrews. I think you can beat them.
All right. So offensive wise, or you already did offensive wise, how can you attack the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, and it comes down to getting healthier. It sounds like Kareem Hunt is going to be back for this game, and hopefully Jack Conklin. I don't know for sure. I feel more confident in Hunt being back than Conklin. But if Conklin's back there, hopefully he plays well. And the New England Patriots and really teams all year have known that the Browns offense runs through their run game. And if you can contain them, then you pretty much have the game won, because up to this point, Baker hasn't proven that he can beat you. And they have a good corner in Marlon Humphreys. And, he's going to take away probably Jarvis. I don't know if he shadows him or not, but you got to run the game. It's going to be our strength versus their strength. They're going to stop it. We just have to be better than them. We have to run the ball, because if we can't run the ball, we need heroics from Baker, and hopefully he can come through, but it's hard to have confidence in him because we haven't seen it yet this year.
All right, so my defensive against the Ravens, you got to play man press again. You play man press against Detroit. These guys do not have – they have speedsters and wide receivers, but they're not good. They're okay. And you have the corners that you can play man press on them. And I am with you. I understand you got to contain Lamar. And at that point in time, I'm not too concerned about it. If you can contain Mark Andrews from getting 200 yards on you, receiving-wise, that's the linebackers, that's the safeties. You two have got to step up and stop this, because they're going to eat you in the middle if you don't, because Mark Andrews is legit number one tight end, and he's owned us for years. So if you can stop that onslaught, because their running backs, they don't have running backs. They have Lamar Jackson. All their running backs got hurt. So that's the way I see this game going. And offensive-wise for the Browns, and I'm going to go a little bit different from you. I know they still have Marlon Humphreys and all that other stuff, but I think with this game, I think you got to let them loose. I think you got to let the wide receivers loose. I think you got to let everybody loose, because they know you're going to run it no matter what. We're still going to run it with Chubb. But if we get Kareem Hunt back, I have a true feeling that we're going to go 5 wide, and we're going to just start chucking the ball around, because they don't have any other corners to match up. And I know as you put your head down, you're just
that has not been a good formula for the Browns this season.
And it hasn't. Trust me, it hasn't. It hasn't. And I'm the only reason why I'm saying it is because that's how I feel it should turn out. But something we never know. Right. I mean, it is what it is. I still have a feeling that Chubb is going to dominate the game, and so is Hunt. But it might be a different way than what we think. I think it might be little bubble screens to Hunt or Landry out in the flat. It could be a lot of different things, but you got to spread this defense out and get them outside and not stack that box up. I think that's the way we're going to get them, is outside. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I just hope I hope Hunt is truly healthy and they're not rushing him back, because if you can have Chubb lined up in the backfield, you can have Hunt in the slot, that unlocks a whole lot of different play calls for the Browns. And because they can focus in on your running back in the backfield and try to stop the run there. But if we throw a little screen or a little bubble out to Hunt and get him in space, I mean, he's better than any wide receiver that we have in space, any tight end that we have in space. So if you can get him the ball when they're all focusing on Chubb, yeah, that's very scary for a defense to face, to try to, no, we have to stop that guy, but oh crap, all of a sudden we have a guy out there that's just as good as him and maybe a little bit more shifty. So I just hope that he's healthy, and I hope they make a point to get him the ball and to have those two guys on the field at the same time.
That's what I'm hoping for right there. I want to see both of those guys. I know we got a fullback. I want to see Hunt and Chubb on the same time, at least 70% of the time on this game. Even if you don't even throw it to them, I want that threat out there with those two.
They're our most dangerous offensive players. There are two most dangerous offensive players, and frankly, I don't think it's that close. All
right. Well, guess what? It's time to make our predictions. And Fatty won last week with 17-10. So,
yep.
Vinny, you had 27-24. Brian, what did you have?
I had 23
to
13, something like that.
All right. What are you looking for?
13.
See, this is
what I had 13 for the Lions. I know I might have 23-13, 24-13, something like that.
I don't even know if it works. I gave him a pin. I don't even know if it works. See, this is what happens when we do a live show and I come back and I don't even, have to guard against the influence of the bye week. That is true.
Sure.
Or your week off. Hey, one game at a time, right? One game at a time.
Oh, we saw the Tennessee Titans looking ahead to their bye week this past week against Houston, and they got boat raced. So they better not be Thankfully, it's a nationally televised game. It's a Sunday night game, prime time, and it's a division game, and we're coming off two pretty bad performances. So if Kevin Stefanski is worth anything at all, he'll have his team ready for this game, not looking ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to help Vinny out because we didn't mark anything down that last week because we were out.
Yeah, I think I had 20. I say 24.
Like 3 weeks, so we got to get this thing updated.
I'm going off your numbers.
Well, no, but the other one, yeah. All right, so this week I'm going to go score first because I'm still kind of in the lead with my little asterisk point.
Sure.
This game scares me, but I think it's going to be a closer game than what people think, and I'm going to go 23-20 Cleveland Browns.
Okay, I like it. It's hard for me to have faith in this offense. So, unfortunately, I'll go the Ratbirds. 20, let's say 27, Baltimore, and we'll give Cleveland 3 field goals, 16 for the Browns.
16. All right, Betty, you got a predict on this one?
Oh man.
You can catch up to Bri if you pick the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be bold.
Be bold.
I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna go Cleveland's gonna win this. And
Yeah.
I ended up saying
I love how you're smiling. Come on, give it to us.
I don't know, man.
Come on.
I want the faith. I want the faith in the Browns, and just it makes it difficult to spit out words.
No, it's not. It's a number, and it's not words.
No, numbers are words.
Come on,
numbers are words. I'm gonna go 23-16, Cleveland.
He's going to piggyback off of you.
No, not really. He said 27-16.
Yep, I said 27-16.
Okay. It's close enough.
But he's flipping it. He's got the Browns. I like you guys' confidence. I hope you're right. Absolutely.
And
you have to be confident, Bri.
By the way, I'm taking your win 23. And I'm taking Bri's loss.
Oh, of course. He's piggybacking our wins-loss again.
I see. So I thought I heard something the other day that, like, if the Browns win both these games, both games against Baltimore, our chance of making the playoffs is like 75%.
Yes, we would take the lead.
And we know if they lose both, we're probably done. Our goose is cooked. But if we split, we're maybe still alive a little bit, like 30.
We have to win. We have to win. From here on out,
we got to win them both for me to start feeling confident again in the Browns. And this will be the tougher of the two because we're tired, we're beat up, we're going on the road. But if there's time to do it, it's now. What the NFL has shown us this year is it's unpredictable. So
exactly,
by all means, the Browns have a chance to win this.
All right, so Vinny, are you ready to get us into our Fat Boy Tuesday? Oh, he is not ready.
What?
He's clicking it.
You know what? I can stall it. We're already over an hour.
I know we are.
And now it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
And welcome to Fat Boy Tuesday. It is Thanksgiving.
That's the only way I can cut you off.
I know. We're going to do a quick Fat Boy Tuesday because everybody loves Thanksgiving. I mean, we love the food. We love the family time. We love all about Thanksgiving. So I want to kind of get your guys's let's go your favorite dishes that you look forward to for I mean, everybody loves the turkey, but like let's go favorite side dishes for Thanksgiving that you look forward to. And Brian, why don't you give me two dishes that you look forward to?
The two I look forward to is, and it's going to sound basic, but mashed potatoes. My aunt actually calls them like holiday potatoes because she puts like a crap ton of sour cream in them, and it's the only time I get them like that all year. So that would be one of them, and the other one is also pretty basic, but honestly, I don't have it any other time throughout the year, and that's stuffing because I get 3-4 helpings of it, and I can't have enough of it. Any kind of stuffing, and that's the one thing about stuffing is I've yet to have a bad stuffing, even though I only have it, a couple times a year. I've yet to have a bad one. So give it all to me. It's nothing too fancy. I'm a simple man. That's what I love. I don't even do turkey unless it's really good.
What do you do for meat then?
Let me take that back. I do turkey. I always, I don't want to disrespect anybody, so I always put some turkey on there.
It's called no thank you helping.
Yes. Good call, Vinny. Yes.
No thank you. Turkey.
So you like one piece of turkey and then just fill up on the sides. That's what you guys are saying.
One piece of turkey. Unless it's good. Like this past weekend when he smoked 2 turkeys. I couldn't get. I had 3, 4, 5 helpings of it. It was good, but a lot of times it's just kind of average.
All right, we're going to go with Kevin. And by the way, Kevin Arnold, you can find him on the Voice of Land podcast. He is a great friend of ours. We love him so much. He said deviled eggs and homemade noodles, Jana's, and I can't go wrong with that. And hold on, I'm like Brian. I don't stuffing besides Thanksgiving. So Jana actually loves deviled eggs and homemade noodles. And he loves stuffing. Stuffing for I can't read it. Vinny, I can't. I don't have my glasses on.
Side stuffing, dessert, grandma's orange jello
salad.
salad.
Oh yeah, I do the really
salad.
Marshmallows, Cool Whip, pecans.
Oh wow, that sounds delicious.
That does sound delicious.
All right, so for me personally, the way my family works is I got to go with my mom's green bean casserole. Now, she does something different than most people do. I don't know what it is, but she makes like an extra tray just for me because I can just sit and eat that cold because I'm a monster like that. But the other thing, and it started with my grandmother, and my aunt has taken it over, a black raspberry pie. Now, she will make 2 separate ones for myself and my uncle, because him and I will come to blows on that pie because I just don't know what it is. I don't get it that often. I get it maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. But when I get that pie, I am eating the heck out of that pie. Like, I don't care about anything else that's on the table. I don't care about turkey, anything else. And yes, they know about the turkey 3 ways because I put it out on Twitter last year, Chris. Everybody knows about the trifecta that you put out with the rotisserie, which was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
The smoke and the original.
Deep fried?
Deep fried and the
That's
original.
right. Yeah.
So what was the best?
To be honest, the rotisserie was actually the best.
Get out of here.
I'm being dead serious. He buttered that thing up with so much stuff. And Bri, I'm not joking. The rotisserie was the best thing. He actually had to buy a special rotisserie just to do the turkey.
Wow.
But the deep
That's
fry was
commitment.
great. Everything was great. It was just that rotisserie. Yeah, even Chris said rotisserie, hands down. Where's it? Hands down
Okay.
the rotisserie. And you know what the bad
Okay.
thing is? Is last year when I actually ate it, my dad walked out the door with half the turkey. He took all the rotisserie.
Oh.
Ooh, pecan pie. Janet chimed in with pecan pie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, my mom or my wife just started making a pecan pie, and it's turned into a family favorite.
That's one
so-
thing that, like,
Yeah.
I'll eat it, but I'm not a fan of pecan pie. Like, I no.
It's not bad.
Really?
It's not bad.
Hold on. And we got to get into like your, all right, go ahead and give your 2 because we got to get into Cool Whip real quick.
Oh, so yeah, my mom's green bean casserole. I absolutely love it.
There's like
And-
you only get green bean casserole during Thanksgiving. Like there's no other
It
time
always
green bean
seems
casserole
like it.
comes out.
And everyone ends up going home with their personal own stuffing.
Oh,
So my mom makes stuffing for everybody. My brother gets one, my sister gets one, I get one. Oh yeah, definitely.
so that way you guys
So-
don't fight.
I absolutely love the stuffing. Yeah. We run out of it.
All right, Justin chimed in. He does 3 pies: pumpkin, apple, and cherry.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
bad.
I love all
We
three.
do at our 4 pies. We do a pumpkin roll, a Dutch apple,
Yeah.
and then we have the chocolate pie.
Oh yeah.
And oh boy, there's the wife. The wife's here. She goes,
my
yes, and
love.
I can't wait. It's amazing. Is it really
Yes.
that good, Abe? Really?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So now we're getting see what happens
So-
on our Thanksgiving special.
What I was going to bring up was, and this was something that I actually made for our get together last Saturday because I make it every year, and that's cheesy potatoes with a little cornflakes and butter on top. Now it's delicious. Don't get me wrong, but is that really a Thanksgiving side? Do you guys do that at Thanksgiving?
No. See, my sister.
You're right. I would say no either.
Well, no, because like my sister does like the homemade noodles, like with the egg noodles. So we've always been like a mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, noodles, turkey, succotash. You ever heard of succotash?
I have. I don't know if I've had it. I'm sure I've had it.
Corn and
succotash.
corn and lima beans mixed together,
Oh.
but with like a little bit of sugar, so it's sweet. And
Okay.
then, then we do the rolls. The rolls are the huge thing because now
Sure.
we know how to do
Sure.
rolls down there. But
And then, well, go ahead.
no. It's just like we don't think of like the cheesy potato as much because everybody's bringing so many different sides in. Like we
Right.
do like a 7-layer salad. It's a lot of just
All right. Like
But
you
yes,
said,
I mean, I love cheesy potatoes. Those are normally Christmas.
but it's not Thanksgiving, right? It's not Thanksgiving. You got your mashed potatoes, you got sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I wouldn't consider that either, even though they're good. And then another one to bring sports and food together. I heard something Matt Judon for the New England Patriots. He was just ragging on macaroni and cheese and saying how it had nothing to do with Thanksgiving and it shouldn't be on your table. And I'm not as passionate about it, but I love macaroni and cheese as well, but I don't think that's really a Thanksgiving thing.
I don't think either, but I'm not going to turn my nose up to it and sit there. I'll eat it.
Sure,
I'll
put it on my plate.
cheese, I'm eating it.
Right. Simple, easy, but
Like appetizer mac and cheese, like squares or something like that, triangles.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Homemade. Oh yeah, good stuff.
I think the wife's calling you.
No. Actually, my nephew Dominic.
Oh, all right. What, you
Our
want to bring
youngest-
him on air?
Our youngest member. No.
right.
I already asked him.
Well,
He's
let's
probably
get.
listening.
One
so-
thing that I went back for seconds and thirds of was I don't even know what's it called. It's like a cornbread. So it's cornbread,
Yeah.
but it has little niblets of corn in it also. And then it has melted cheese over the top of it.
Is that corn casserole? I've heard that's like
Maybe.
corn casserole.
Maybe, but I think like corn casserole might be a little mushier. This is like kind of like corn, but it was a sweeter cornbread. So, man, that was good.
Well, if anybody's ever had it, tell us what the heck it is because I want to try it now.
I don't know. Check it out. Really good.
All right. Well, we're going to get into our top three now. Vinny, do we still have the sounder for the top three?
Oh, I think we do. I don't know where we would lose it.
All right. So before we get to our top three, Jana has brought something to our attention. And it's a question about Thanksgiving. Who gets to break the wishbone because it turns out being a fight in the family? So, Brian, do you guys do the break the wishbone in your family?
We used to quite often. I can't remember doing it over the last 5 to 10 years, but yeah, that was always a big deal. And whoever gets the bigger half is lucky for the next year, I believe.
Okay, so Vinny, do you do it?
We have done it in the past. Usually, the only thing I ever remember is really mom goes ahead after the turkey and then she like hangs it up, it all dries out, obviously, and then I always end up losing track of it. So I don't know if I'm missing out on wishes every year or what the protocol is on that. But
so normally when
years
we
for me.
in my family when we do it, it's either if I'm down at my sister's, it's me and my sister because we're kind of cleaning up everything afterwards, or it is the oldest and the youngest in the clan. So you get the oldest person and the youngest person and let them fight to the death over the wishbone. So we're weird like that. It's all right. Don't know who that is. Hi, Uncle DJ.
I'm wondering if that's
Dominic.
I'm wondering if that's Dominic there.
That's Dominic.
Dom, is that you?
That is him. In our house, my grandmother picked who got it, and usually I can't read. I don't have my glasses. This sucks. I gotta get contacts or
Grandma
something.
picked who got it.
That was her favorite grandkid
Kid
of the year.
Oh,
year.
That's a good way to do it.
Jana, I bet you were the favorite all the time. All right, let's get into our top three thankful things. And yep, it's Dom.
Yep.
And I'll go first. The first thing I'm thankful
buddy.
for, I got my family in the military, Patty, Pat, all the military members. I'm thankful for you guys doing what you do. We say it at the end of the show. We thank our military and for everything you guys do. My number two is definitely my two guys right here. My Vinny, my Bri. We've been on a journey together. It's been over a year now that we've been doing this show. We've been doing it live now for I don't know how long, but I can't thank you guys enough. I don't want to do it with anybody else because you guys are a blast. I love you guys. And my number one, my family. This year, I will not be able to get to spend time with all of my family as Hope and I and the boys are going to slum it up here in the wonderful Cleveland area as we have our turkey. But just our family in general. Like we do a Thanks Christmas with Hope's family. Our family is very accommodating because we know we're the only ones that are far away. And I just want to thank them, especially Hope, who lets us do this upstairs in our house. Can't thank her enough for what she's done for us with the banner, with everything else. So, I want to thank them. So, Bri, you're up, bud.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to will it down to three because there's definitely a bunch to be thankful for. And I'll go ahead and waste my first one on Thanksgiving food. that's what I'm thankful for. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's probably my favorite holiday, and it irks me a little bit when people look past it and want to put up all their Christmas lights and this and that, and won't have it in my house. But if that's your thing, if you're spreading joy, that's cool. But yeah, I love Thanksgiving and everything that comes with it. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. My number two, yeah, kind of goes along with your number three, and it's all encompassing, and it's the country that we live in. It's the land of the free. It's the communities that we live in. It's just the sense of pride that we have, and just the fact that you can live your life and anything is possible. You can live your dreams and, be thankful every day for the shelter over your head and what you have. And, my number one kind of ties in with that, and that's family, that's health. We're all very blessed to have many family members that we love a lot and that are very close to us. And, all we've been through the last couple of years, I'm very thankful that my family's made it through it, and, we're all still healthy. And it goes, kind of unsaid every single day, but if you have your health, do not take that for granted. If you have your health every single year, look back and be thankful for that, because there's so many people that are struggling every day, that are fighting every day, that just hope that they can wake up tomorrow. So be thankful for your health, be thankful for your family, appreciate it every day, and go Browns.
Absolutely. Before we do, Dom goes ahead. He chimed in. Thankful for Nana, Uncle Vince, Mom, and I think he means my Aunt Lily. So
Okay.
Absolutely. Not to forget about Uncle Nick too. I'm more than sure.
Yes.
So absolutely. My top three, number three, definitely all my friends. And there are so many friends, but you always have those like closest friends. Jared, absolutely. Big Bry, absolutely. We've been together for a while now too. I'm super happy to have met you. We've done some great, amazing things. My best female friend, Jenna, out there. Johnny out in Paynesville. My buddy, Eric, who lives in Berea. Absolutely. You guys have been fantastic and always there for me throughout everything. Number two, my family. And what I mean by family is kind of like, my side of the family kind of thing. Cousin Paulie out there, my brother Nick, my sister, my mom, Mike, my father, Christine, everybody, my aunts and uncles. Love you guys.
He can't name enough right now, because
I really can't.
We can go on for 3 hours. It's like Uncle Vincent.
When you got three Paulies in a family, you got
Polly D, Polly F, Polly A.
Several Jimmys. You got a big family. Absolutely, especially when you're Italian. Number one, definitely my wife and kids, Eva, Haley, Ashlyn, absolutely. I even extend that out to my brother-in-law as well. So, Jonos, thank you guys very much for everybody being in my family, and especially all you guys listening out there. So,
all right, so we got to go to Ed in Columbus real quick. Happy Thanksgiving. He's thankful for his family, sports teams, and you guys. Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving. Even you, Big Bry, even though you're a Michigan fan, he still loves you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Ava chimed in. There it is. Look at that. You just made his night. All right, so let's get into our trivia answer, Bry. And I asked you,
Sure.
who was the coach that won Ohio State their first ever national championship?
Okay, well, so before John Cooper, there's really only two Ohio State coaches that I could name, and one of them was Earl Bruce, and I think he coached in the 80s. So I'll go with a coach that is kind of notorious for sucker punching kids, and that's Woody. That's his last name. Woody Hayes.
Nope. I'm sorry, big fella.
Oh
He
shoot!
is the founder of your Cleveland Browns.
Paul Brown.
Won the first ever
Brown.
national championship for Ohio
Good
State.
question. What year was that?
Yeah, you like that? 1940. What was it? 42. I think he won the first national championship for Ohio
I
State.
think I did. I mean, back deep in my memory, I did know he coached for Ohio State. So yeah,
I even threw you a singer. I gave you a Browns and a Buckeye question all in one. Suck it, Bri.
No, he's a Bengals. He's part of the Bengals now. He has nothing to do with the Browns.
No, that's only because of Art Modell. So let's get on. He ran out 2 teams.
Traitor. He's a traitor.
Traitor. All right. So let's get into my cousin Vegas word of the day. Then we're going to close it out here because we are way past time, and I got another show to do. So let's give it.
All right.
Royster.
Royster.
What is the word royster? It's a verb.
It's a verb. I'm going to go with a guy that has way too many steroids, and he's a royster.
Nice.
Right? What about
Not
you?
roidster. So
That's not what I heard in this ear.
no,
That's not what I heard in this ear.
no.
I'll say to kind of finagle something.
Okay. So royster means to engage in a noisy party or celebration. So a lot of people were out there on Sunday seeing the Browns pull it off. Not really me. I was kind of more nervous than anything.
Yeah, same here.
But
Picked a hell of a game to watch, Vinny.
hopefully everybody enjoys a wonderful royster there for the next Sunday's game, and we pull away with a win.
I'm sorry. I'm reading out of Columbus. That Clemson kid ran into Woody Hayes. Had that happened, it would have been the 5th time. I get it. I'm with you, Ed. I get it. All right, let's get out of here, guys. We thank our troops. We thank our first responders for everything. Can't thank you guys who watch right now. Everybody that chimed in today. Absolutely, Justin, Ed, Dom, Paulie, Chris, everybody that chimed in, Toby. We want to thank right now because we're being thankful, Harold.
Absolutely.
And the APA cannot thank you enough for sponsoring us and putting up with us. Papa V for letting us say your name for our trivia. Thank you so much. So, Brian, we are here at the end of our show. I'm going to go with Vinny first. Vinny, tell him good night.
Hey, have a great night, everybody.
Brian, God bless him.
Yep. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We are Legal Ham to the Face. Come find us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, and hit us up anytime you guys want to. We will respond quickly. And on that note, we are definitely uncorked, unloaded, and we're out. Thank you guys for watching.
Royster away.